Alright everyone, Cowboy Trades here, welcome back to the channel for another update on Kadena. So things are not looking too hot right now. Kadena's looking like it's about to melt faces. We're sitting on a very critical level of support after Kadena has beautifully dropped down about 3% today. Just like we predicted in our previous video, Kadena is following the rest of the cryptocurrency markets, which are setting up some brutal rejections right now. We're going to talk about all of this and more, and also update our Kadena trade, which is currently 92.5% in the profit. I'll be letting you know what I'm doing with my stop loss. We will be moving this to the downside, realizing even more profit. So let's dive into all of this and more. We're actually going to be talking about Bitcoin in today's video a little bit more than we normally do when we're covering Kadena, and that's because there's something happening in Bitcoin right now with the weekly candle body close, which is absolutely imperative to Kadena. So the main chart that we're focusing on was also the main chart we were focusing on in the previous video. Kadena just confirmed its next move. This is this head and shoulders pattern right here with a neckline at 91 cents. Let's be conservative and call the neckline 90 cents. We're literally sitting on this right now, and this head and shoulders has a price target all the way down at 55 cents. It is not looking too good for Kadena right now. We talked about in the previous video how we got rejected on the EMA ribbons and the bull market support bands for the weekly time frame. And while we have had this beautiful continuation to the downside in Kadena, pumping our short bags even more into the profit, Bitcoin has also set up a brutal rejection from this major red line of previous support, flipped as resistance. So why are we talking about Bitcoin in a Kadena video? Well, this red box right here, as you can see, as soon as, if we come over to the hourly time frame for Bitcoin, as soon as we lost 28,000, we started to nuke to the downside. So we know that this red box is very important for Bitcoin. I just wanted to let you know, if Bitcoin closes beneath 28,000, then Kadena is going to absolutely nuke. This is because if Bitcoin closes beneath 28,000, I will be eyeballing up this price target for Bitcoin all the way down at 25,000. This is a 9% move for Bitcoin. And if we're coming over to KDA BTC, as we know, Kadena's been heavily underperforming Bitcoin. In fact, it was only on the 12th of April, about 9 days ago, that we were making new bear market lows on the KDA BTC pair. If we come over to the weekly time frame, you can see that we're currently forming a bearish pennant at the bottom of this range right now. KDA BTC has bounced on the 2 Fibonacci extension, with the next Fibonacci retracement target being all the way down here at the 2.618. This is a further 36% drop for KDA BTC. Now, if Bitcoin drops about 10%, we could potentially expect about a 46% drop to come for the Kadena USD pair. So from where we're sitting right now, as we said, if Bitcoin starts to close beneath 28,000 on the weekly time frame, we may see Kadena close beneath 90 cents / 91 cent. And if we do get that weekly candle body close beneath 90 cent by the end of the week, Kadena will be magnetized to this 55 cent price target. This is going to be about a 40% drop for Kadena. So that's really what I wanted to update you on today. We have been updating Kadena pretty frequently for the past few days, so I just wanted to get a quick update out, mainly because we've got an active trade running on this. So when I do have an active trade running on KDA, I want to keep you up to date more frequently than if we weren't trading this. I also do want to show you, if we come over to the 4-hour time frame, this is the range that we're looking at. It's drawn weird on the 4-hour time frame because we've actually drawn it on the daily. We've got candle body closes as support on this range right here. We are coming over to the 4-hour time frame to look at this range. We talked about before, every time we deviated above or beneath this range, we had some absolutely explosive moves either up or down. And like we talked about in the previous video, we had that deviation, we entered that short, and we started to nuke to the downside. We are right at the bottom of this range one more time. So in case this range continues to play out for a little bit longer and we get a major bounce coming for Kadena, which is not what I'm predicting, I do want to be readjusting my short at this moment in time. However, I do also, like I said, want to let you know the reason why we mainly looked at Bitcoin at the start of this video is because Bitcoin is looking like it wants to set up a weekly candle body close beneath 28,000. And if this happens, then Kadena will probably be closing underneath this range, and Kadena will probably be closing right underneath / at the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern, and at which point Kadena will be setting up a move to absolutely tear faces. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, my price target is all the way down here at 55 cents for Kadena. If we are looking at our short price target, you may notice this is at 69 cents. This is in confluence with some major volume profiles which we have been discussing on this channel for quite some time. I won't re-dive into these. If you've watched the previous videos, you know all about that. Like I said, just wanted to keep you a little bit more updated than normal while we are in this active trade for Kadena. So what am I going to be doing with my trade right now? Like I said, congratulations to everyone who is in this trade. 92.5% profit. We've almost made a full 2x trade in just 6 days. So things are definitely looking beautiful right now. If we are looking at where the daily EMA ribbons are clocking in, you can see they're coming into confluence with round about $1 and 1.5 cents. If we come over to the 4-hour time frame, you can also see this $1 and 2 cent region is round about where these range highs are. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving my stop loss to just above this wick right here, just above this wick right here on Wednesday the 19th of April. And with this as well, our new stop loss is going to be above the daily EMA ribbons. Now, I find it really unlikely that we're just going to have a major move back up to this. This would be calling for about, you know, an 11% pump out of nowhere or a 12% pump from the lows, considering how Bitcoin is breaking beneath this major range right now. Like I said, I don't think it's likely to happen, but with the immediate short-term history of Kadena in this range, whenever we have these moves beneath or above the range, we always tend to seem to have these, you know, correctory moves back up. Depending on how you draw the trend line, there is also maybe an argument that we could still be on support. If you draw it from the wicks, we may be rejecting from this and about to move lower. But just in case we do have a big bounce, I will be moving my stop loss to just here, $1 and 2.2 cents. I know that's a very specific, rather than saying $1 and 2 cents. If you move it down to $1 and 2 cents, there are some wicks that come into exact confluence with this price target. So that is why I'm being a little bit more specific on this one. I know it's very specific, but with this, like we said, we're almost in a full 2x return right now. I don't want to see these gains evaporate if we do bounce. So what I'm going to be doing is, like I said, moving this stop loss down. And what this basically means is this will be a stop loss, a 9% drop from our entry. And of course, we're using a 5x leverage. So what this is going to mean is we are going to be securing in this video 45% realized profit. And the rest of this move to the downside, this is still unrealized profit. We just haven't realized this profit to the downside at this moment in time. The worst thing that can happen right now is the markets could absolutely tear to the upside and we'll still be in 45% profit with this trade obviously closing in our favor still. So like I said, just a really quick update. I maybe will come back over on Sunday. I have a kendo tournament which I'm going to be fighting in on Saturday, so I won't have any updates coming out on Saturday unless I pre-record one, but I don't think there's too much to update bar what I've talked about today. So like I said, really, I'll come back on Sunday and let you know what I think is happening for these markets. But for now, even though it's counterintuitive, even though this is a Kadena video, I want you to keep your eyes on Bitcoin at 28,000 and also, of course, for Kadena between 91 to 90 cents. This is a crucial level. If we break to the downside of this and have a weekly candle body close, Kadena will be ready to absolutely melt faces and our short will be printing even more returns. So for today, my friends, that's all I've got. Once again, congratulations to the Cowboy family who got in on this trade. See you in the next one. As always, if you do enjoy my content, let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. Share the videos with your friends. If you want to further support the channel, feel free to click the join button on YouTube and become a member today. Follow me over on Twitter at 618_cowboy. See you on Sunday. It's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.